All right, I apologize. A lot of these videos have been a little quiet. Just doing a couple after work, trying to keep up because I got to do a lot of things in the morning. But anyways, hopefully it's not too boring. I just want to cover Sam Adams. No matter what, he started a lot sooner before a lot of other craft breweries. He still holds a percentage, large enough percentage of the company. It is still a craft brewery. So anyone that's like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to support it, that's all you need to know. He still is in charge of it. He still goes and meets people. He's still very active on ensuring that when people have beer, that they have the most positive experience to really enjoy and decide if they want to keep drinking beer. But he's usually just, hey, let's have fun, let's have a beer. With this name being on there, definitely want to point out he does believe in having a glass. It opens up the beer like any other spirit or wine or anything like that. And when you're in there, if you breathe a little bit before you take your drink, you're gonna catch all the aroma in that whole space. You know, you have this big old space, and all that smell from the beer, because your sense of smell is deeply connected to your sense of taste. So that's what you need to know. Basic thing. I've said it a couple times before, but since Sam Adams on there, it's definitely one thing that's preached. So I'm glad I'm using a glass. It might not be the most correct glass, but he says at least having the glass, you put your nose in the glass as you're drinking it, and it helps. And I believe in it. I understand. Comprehend it. This is a wicked, hazy, juicy New England IPA. So there's a lot of different opinions about hazies. I have not hated them. But one thing to know, that a lot of unfiltered wheat beers are really what hazy beers started, I guess. And so there could be a direct connection to that. I have never disliked any wheat beer. So if you're not a fan, if you're not a fan of wheat beers and you don't like the hazies, by all means, help yourself to whatever you want to do. For everybody else, New England style has more of a distinct flavor profile. Yep, it has more of that grassy, which is beautiful. You can usually find grassy from West Coast. A lot of times you find citrus on the East Coast, most of the time, on average. But New England really brings that together. So this is 6.8%, so it's not a weak one. So if anyone, like I always note, if there's high ABV and you see this video, the ABV is pretty solid on this one. So I only got one. I just wanted to do a profile on it. But if you get a 6-pack of these bad boys, you are not having a bad night, unless you go too far too fast. But usually not. So juicy, full, wicked haze. New England IPA is bursting with fresh fruit aroma, packing punches of oranges, mango, and pineapple, and is delightfully drinkable and has a smooth, silky finish. So yep, enjoy, basically what it says. And so this is gonna be a super fruit bomb. Juicy is your biggest indicator. So if you had two hazies next to each other and there was no description, or they both just said hazy, and one was more fruit forward, reminded you of all these crazy citrus fruits, more likely you would say juicy. If the other one's more mellow, a little more grassy, I guess, a little more piney, you could just say haze. I believe there should be a word for that, because honestly, I enjoy just as much of the burst of fruit flavors as I do of grass, fresh cut grass. Pine needles is another one. They don't push me away when I get too much on grapefruit, unless it's real grapefruit. And even then, if it's just too much of that grapefruit zing, that's where I can't do it. So that's the whole point of this video. That's where my profile is at, so you can help learn your profile. But if not, and you're just a hophead and you're like, let me know if that's good or not, here we go. It's definitely intense. And I do believe, because of the hazy particles, usually the bitterness doesn't stick as long. It finishes quicker. It doesn't linger is another word, or it goes over well with the fruit flavor. And that's what's happening right here. So some people might find this crushable. So if an IPA fan is looking for something crushable or an everyday one, for people that get burnt out on them, this might mellow you out and be in between. So that's the whole point of that. So hopefully this helps you see if you want to grab one and try it out. I did have friends at I was at another friend's party, Had a couple that were open to beer, but they weren't sure, they didn't know. And it was weird because the one that I thought maybe could be helping to see how far she liked the hops, wasn't a fan of it, ended up having a wheat beer, and she loved it. So, and it was weird because the other ones that were described were definitely IPA pale ales. There was all in that, and it was like, okay, so I guess there's a level of IBUs that you want to stop at. So for that one, I would recommend up to 50, maybe 60 max. So the one I had was definitely way past that. Beautiful, loved it, amazing. This one, I'm saying 40, 45. It's pretty solid, I definitely enjoy it. 50 would be starting to push my boundaries, and 60 is like, whew, I'm pushing too far. And then for some reason, they put a very good malt back on stronger ones, but then I can enjoy 70 IBUs if there's a good malt backbone on it. So malt backbone just means a very super strong, amazing malty beginning before adding on all those hops. So varies. Sometimes just a good recipe can cause that, or just putting a little extra grains of which ones you choose, and certain blends of grains that are just naturally potent. So that can change from every brewer, whatever they want to do. There's other decisions, but the whole point is when you get that, you understand that they did some of that to help you indulge more on the hoppiness. This one just works well with the hoppiness and the hazy together regardless. It's pretty smooth. It doesn't feel super heavy to me, but I enjoy heavy beers, so it might not feel as heavy to me as it would to someone else. Definitely a lot of citrus pineapple, but I am enjoying it. So solid work, Sam Adams. I never turn away. There's always a few that just definitely catch me and help me enlighten myself and where I want to be. Hopefully this helps you decide where you want to be. And if you see this should be out right now, so you're looking at springtime release, definitely a lot of juice bombs are going to be coming out. So be ready. Be well informed. For those that are just looking to see if they're out, just keep an eye out. I can at least do that for you. Everybody else, hopefully this helps you decide if this is going to be the beer for you to try for a while, enjoy, have, love, laugh. Why not? And other than that, just do be safe. It is strong, and have a good night.